Hello and welcome back for episode 11, and it's literally been 30 seconds. So I had a look at episode 10 and we went for 23 minutes. So I'm looking at the time, it's quarter to 11. Okay, 10:45, it's quarter to 11. Gotta remember that. Alright, so I've given it some thought and we are going to go. Why have I got speed on? What button controls that? Excuse me a moment. No, it's okay. Let's just do something about that keybind actually, because there we go. Get rid of that. Yes, so as my name says, we'll go to the north. Well, at least I think I'd rather have the howling over the barking. So we'll have to. I'm not going to use the boat because, yeah, if that hadn't been patched and I was on the boat, I would have gone straight through that. So while boat speed would be better, I don't trust the path to be in one piece enough to use boat speed. So, so let's see, we're doing episode 8, episode 9. This is the 4th episode. Back to back. What are we going to talk about? This is the only problem of doing back-to-back episodes, is actually then trying to think of things to talk about. A few people have said to me that I would probably be good at doing live streams, that would be more suited to that. And yeah, you know, I kind of would like to do live streams in the future. At the moment, that's not going to happen because, as I previously said, my internet at the moment is a mobile phone and I'm on a laptop. And yeah, this probably would be better suited for a live stream. Here we go, starting to see some islands. And see what I mean by the end chests. What's that? Oh yeah, it's a thingy. So yeah. So yeah, at some point in the future, hopefully we will be able to actually do live streaming. My plan is, for the first ever live stream, when I get around to it, when I'm able to do it, is I'm gonna go to spawn, no gear on, and literally I'm gonna stand somewhere in the spawn area, probably the overworld rather than the nether, holding a shulker of kit, and just basically wait for someone to find me, and I'll put on it, okay, so the coordinates will be up on the stream, so if you're watching the stream, you will know where I am. Clickbait. So okay, so yeah, here's the stream, come and get me. This is where I was with the kits, and then once I get killed, because that's the only way you're going to get the kit off me, is literally to kill me. And then, new location, get a kit out of the my ender chest. I'll probably have like 4 or 5 of them, and I'll do that until they've all been taken. I was going to do that as a video, but I realised it just wouldn't work, because you wouldn't know until after the video. I'd have to maybe do a short video in case of, right, this is where I am, I'm going to be logged on this time, I'm going to record. If you watch the previous video, you'll know where the coordinates are, come and find me. But yeah, it wouldn't really work that way. So hopefully one day we'll do some streaming. I'm not sure if I'd do it on Twitch or if I'll stick to YouTube. Personally, I'm more tempted to stick to YouTube. I know Twitch is more the streaming platform, and that's where majority of streamers go. And I know there's the rule that you're not supposed to be able to use a client on there. But I think if I was going in at the very beginning, so it wouldn't even be an affiliate, let alone a partner, I don't think they'd really care, because I wouldn't be looking at becoming an affiliate at all, but I might just stick to doing it on YouTube, because I like YouTube, and I'm going to be honest, my experiences with Twitch are great. I find it very, very laggy. So if I'm watching somebody's live stream on Twitch, quite often, because I'll be watching it on a tablet, the chat will be moving, but the video will stop and it will just lag, and it's really annoying. Yeah, I never had that problem with watching a YouTube live stream. It's only with Twitch, and you know, the delay between what's happening and what you're seeing on the mobile is massive. You know, things are, you know, I'll be watching, say, like Philza, and there'll be something will come up, and like you'll be doing the go fishing thing, and you can redeem, ask a question. By the time it comes up for me, he's already reached his limit for questions, and it's frustrating. You know, this is nothing to do with him. He has no control over this. This is simply because the way Twitch works, that if you're watching it on mobile rather than what are they? Anything worth going down to? Ooh, it's a gap. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go down. And surrender pills. Right. Let's go back up again. They'll come in handy in an emergency. You know, if I'm being owned by a shulker at some point. You know, emergency only. Oh dear. I said I wasn't going to put enchantments on my armour. I didn't say I wasn't allowed to pick up stuff, gaps off the floor. Right, okay. Oh dear. So yes. So yeah, I probably would initially maybe stream just on YouTube. You know, and I will give Twitch a go. And server is restarting in 15 minutes. So we've been going for 5 minutes or so. So that's going to put us at the 20-minute mark. Yay! So it's going to be another short episode. So yeah, I don't know how long it'll take for for it to come back on, and it all depends. This has happened before, where when the server restarts, it's off for a few hours because they are backing up everything, and then when it comes up, it could be the test server. So I think, let's see, is that Obby? Yeah, it's fine. Just wasn't sure if it was a hole. So we'll have to wait and see. I know. You're thinking, well, why I should just use the boat. I don't like being in the end. I don't mind flying in the end. With future, you know, on 2B, I found if I make a waypoint some point ahead in the direction I'm going, so I've got something to orientate myself against, that's fine. Because sometimes it's just so slow loading the chunks. But if I'm on like Constantium or other servers where I'm able to use Meteor, it's fine because, you know, the elytra fly on them is so much better, and that you literally just sort of hover. You know, I've logged out while still being in the middle of the air on Meteor, and when you log back in again, you're still, as long as you haven't turned off the elytra fly, exactly where you left it. You can't do that with Future Client, and you certainly couldn't do it on 2B. So, traveling in the end isn't my favourite, and I hate bridging in the end. If anything's going to kill us, it's going to be that. Somebody's boat. Probably from before the current plugin that prevents us from... That's a good point. We're on ice. Would they be able to place it down? No. So we'd have to place water down first and then place the boat. That is an interesting point. I forgot all about that. Yes. So, topic of conversation. Bit controversial. Opinions on Bedrock versus Java. Now, I bought Java first before I bought Bedrock. At the time, I had a laptop, but Minecraft hadn't been that long. It was, I think, there was at the point where you were having to pay for it. I only just missed out on getting it for free. So I think probably alpha testing maybe, or may even be just past that. It was either 2009 or 2010 when I first bought Minecraft. So it was okay playing it on like the demo and then the first couple of times. But then future updates became very difficult to play because my computer couldn't cope with it. It got to the point I had to have the render so low that it literally was like walking through fog. And you couldn't see anything that was around you. There comes the dog again. So it was very difficult to sort of play because you couldn't see anything. And that's why I didn't play it as much. I didn't really get into it then. And then like a year or so later, I got rid of my laptop and got a tablet because, like I said, the laptop was struggling at this point anyway. It was already old, past its use. Yes, I have since learned that you're better off with a PC than a laptop, but at the time it made sense for me because I wasn't big into gaming anyway. I had my DS. When the first DS came out, I got that. Pretty much always had a DS. Had the Nintendo Wii. I know. I did, consider things like Xbox 360 and a few of the others, but couldn't really afford them and couldn't justify the expense at the time because I have to pay for them myself. When I was younger, I bought myself Mega Drive and stuff when they were first out, and then when the Sega Saturn came out, I got that. So I have over time, pretty much bought all my own consoles. So laptop just pretty much had it. So for what I was using it for, it made more sense to get myself a tablet. So I got what was new at the time, the iPad 2. Shows how long ago it was when I got my first tablet, and that was pretty new out. It was really good, as a first tablet. And then not long after that, Pocket Edition came out. Now, any of you who ever played Pocket Edition will know all this. The worlds were limited. I can't remember the exact size. I think it was like either 500 or 750 blocks square. So of course, and that was it. So whatever biomes you got, that was it. You couldn't go into the Nether, so you had a thing called the Nether Tower, and you had to make the Nether Reactor. So you had to make the Nether Core, which was obsidian and diamonds. Redstone never dropped anything at this point. And so you make the core, and then you had to make it was a mixture of cobblestone and gold blocks. So it was like a cobblestone cross, the core in the middle, then on the corners next to the diagonal corners next to the core, you'd have cobble again, and the gold blocks were at the bottom, and then it was like a cobblestone block cross on the top. And then you'd hit the reactor, and it would trigger the core, and then it would go pitch black. It would go completely black, and then that was the original speedrun, was trying to mine your gold blocks back as fast as possible, because the whole thing was going to turn to obsidian with the exception of the core. So you'd have to mine the obsidian to get your core back, and then you could use it again. So for the first 20 seconds or so, it was complete darkness. You're there frantically trying to mine these gold blocks as zombie pigmen spawned in, and they would attack you straight away. It wasn't like it is now, where if you leave them alone, they leave you alone. They went straight on the attack. So you're trying to not die to them, trying to get your gold blocks back before it turns to obsidian. While then the tower then spawns in around you, and it would light up because it was netherrack. The tower was built out of netherrack, and you would get quartz, pumpkin seeds, and I think there was a few other things that would glowstone powder would spawn on the floor as drops, so you'd run around and try and gather up as much of that as you possibly could while not dying. I think as long as you hadn't actually attacked any of the zombie pigmen at this point, then they would go passive and they would leave you alone. No more would spawn in once you'd passed that point. And then if you needed more quartz or glowstone powder for like making glowstone blocks and stuff, you'd have to just keep doing the tower. Because you only got so much, and that was the only way of getting the quartz. Unless, you had a creative world. And you couldn't chop between the two. Once you loaded the world, if it was in creative, that was it. It was always in creative. You couldn't then just swap it into survival. And that, it was either you were survival or you're creative, and that was it. So, it used to be a lot of fun. But also, back then, lava didn't flow. So, a number of times I'd be mining, and I'd come to a lava pool, and I would be careful about placing blocks, and I would basically make a wall in front of me, and I would then mine it out and make a wall in front of me and mine it out. Being careful. And I literally would mine through the lava by doing this. So once it's done, I would be going through a tunnel that was made of lava. Because it was just like source blocks, they didn't flow or anything. So as long as you didn't touch them, you're fine. See, this is why we don't use the boat. As you can see. So yeah, so the day that got updated and it was no longer worked that way, I was so disappointed. It was like, oh, lava pool, I shall do the thing. Why is it not staying solid? Oh dear. Until eventually, we caught up a bit and we had the infinite worlds. I do miss the small worlds and stuff, but seeing the updates and and they'd be like, yes, speak to villagers and trade with them when they first came in. And I'd be like, okay, and try and do that. It's like, they're not doing anything. Nothing comes up because you couldn't trade on Bedrock. Well, it wasn't Bedrock then. Notch was still in charge. It was just Pocket Edition. So somebody's had a base here. I'm trying to think, have I been this way? So I know I've been around the ring road. I can't remember if I've been on this section of the ring road. I don't remember seeing this. So if I wanted wood, I could go down and get some. That's long since griefed. Long since griefed. Yeah. Sorry, just... So from about 2011, 2012 up till 2019, I was just Bedrock. I was didn't play Java, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad that was the case, because Bedrock I do think is slightly easier, and I think I wouldn't have got into it the same if I'd been playing Java. Having that little bit easier version helped me fall in love with the game a lot more. Now I automatically would choose Java every day over Bedrock. I find Bedrock to be very, very glitchy now. I've got used to playing Java, and the extra things that you can do with Java, like that, can't do that in Bedrock. Get him holding torches in the offhand. Only can do that in Bedrock. Hang on, put that in my offhand. Can't do that in Bedrock. There's only a few things you can put in your offhand in Bedrock. Can't put a door down in the water to stop you from drowning. All those sorts of fun things. Bringing up chunk borders. Now, I have a resource pack on my Bedrock, which will allow me to do that as long as I'm holding either a rocket or a shell. There's a Mad Hat or something, I think the guy's name is, who has actually done it and created a resource pack, and that you get it from GitHub. Sorry. So it just, I do think Java is a better version than Bedrock, but I'm glad Bedrock exists because Bedrock is what I fell in love with. I don't think I'd be as into Minecraft today if it wasn't for Bedrock. So Bedrock is a good place to start, to get yourself going, and then progress to Java. And I do think it helps at the moment that if you buy one, I know if you buy Java you get Bedrock free, but I don't know if it's the other way around. So if you're looking at buying Minecraft, I'd say just buy Java if you're going to be playing on a PC. If you're playing on a tablet or a console, then of course you'd have to buy whatever version that is. You know, which is quite funny because the amount of times I've had to buy Minecraft. Because Visual Tablet was, like I say, iPad 2. After that, I never went back to Apple. I always went for Samsung. The main reason initially was the memory on the Apple was annoying, that you couldn't expand it. It was whatever you bought. So once that memory filled up, you were stuck. At least with Samsung, with the exception, I think, of one time with one of the phones where they experimented with not giving you somewhere where you could put a memory card in. They've always had it that you can put memory cards in, and they always try and make it so you can go quite high. So, like, I think the first Samsung tablet I had, the highest spec for memory card I think was 64 gig. But now, you put 250 gig in or whatever size. They've always given you that option that you can have more memory if you need it. So we've got 2 minutes till server restart, so we should hopefully hit the corner at least by then. Can't believe it's taken us 20 minutes to walk this far. Oh, I know. It's gonna be slow going. It's gonna take a few episodes, I think, to get far enough out. It'll be even slower if we just went straight into open end and started traveling to the end islands. From my experience, I'm not going to find anything less than 20k. And even that, considering this is 2B, is a miracle. But I have found a couple of ships over time within less than 30,000 blocks. Whenever I've been traveling in the end, I do seem to find them more and more from 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 30, 40,000 blocks out. So, like I say, I do want to follow the highway. Hopefully it'll go out far enough. Alright, so it looks like we're coming to an end. We've never quite made it to to the corner. Maybe a couple hundred blocks away, but we are about... There we go, we're out. Alright, so gonna end this here. I just turned it off by mistake, so I have to put these 2 bits together. Wish you all a good rest of your day, and this is me signing off. Bye!